Yo everybody, what's going on today? We're finna be reacting to sad guy asks for his fiance to stop cheating. Oh my gosh. 90-day fiance. Without any further ado, let go.
Sometimes I feel like, oh, maybe I'll think about like the chemistry I used to have, or like a brief thought will cross my mind.
Sorry?
Whenever they introduce a new couple on this show, there's usually at least a tiny little glimmer of hope in the beginning. They're always introducing themselves in slow motion and running around smiling everywhere they go. Like, our lives aren't that bad, you guys. Like, we're happy. Neither of us are even close to having a mental breakdown. And that's the way it is. Everything I just described is the best case scenario on this show. This couple is not even close to that. Watching this couple isn't like being dropped in the middle of a train wreck. It's like being dropped on the tracks as the train is coming directly towards you. Before I continue though, I just want to say I'm sorry for how long it's been. Discovery has made it difficult to post these videos. They don't really seem to be a big fan of the channel. I don't know how many clips or freeze frames I can do now. Like, what do I have to do here? Do I have to cut to this guy every time? Maybe I'll just put him everywhere.
Sometimes I feel like, oh, maybe I'll think about like the chemistry I used to have, or like
that alone right there, that might be too much, because obviously if I show you that clip, why would you ever go watch the show? I pretty much revealed everything right there. All right, let's try this again. I got to change it up a little bit. Let's do even more of this guy and even faster.
Sometimes I feel like, oh, maybe I'll think about it.
Alright, dude.
From now on. So if you don't like watch, I apparently designed this. I have no recollection thing. Wow, can't believe he just said that. That was crazy. Alright, well, thanks for watching, everybody. Do my best. Let's talk about this horrible couple now.
Josh is my fiance and he is British.
Tell me the whole story of how you first met.
Really? Are you sure you want to hear that?
British.
Okay, okay.
So right away, Katie is reluctant to tell the story of how she and Josh met, and it turns out it's because she met him while she was on a date with someone else. This isn't really that big of a deal, though, because it's not like she was committed to the person she was
okay, if a man like Josh stole the nigga's woman, I mean, well, is that really man-like activity?
On a date with. I think it was just somebody she met on a dating app and had gone out with once or twice, and he introduced her to a group of friends. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, maybe she just really hit it off with this guy and she meant no harm to the guy that she was on a date with initially, but she quickly proves that this is actually a bit of a pattern.
I called Josh's other friend hot. I made out with his other friend. I tried to make out with his best friend, but he had a girlfriend.
Okay.
Damn.
Josh. Buddy, what's going on?
Maybe it's just me, but this seems a little bit disrespectful. Like, even if she was single at the time, she's engaged to Josh now, and she's like happily looking back on the time she called his friends hot. And by the end of the first episode, I realized, wow, she talks about making out with people quite a lot, and most of the people she's talking about are not Josh. Josh doesn't even really seem like her fiance. He just seems like some guy named Josh who hangs out in the background while she makes out with other people. And you're probably thinking, oh, she's joking around about it because it's all in the past now and it doesn't matter. But it's not. She's actually still making out with people while she's with him. It's something she's working on.
How stressed do you feel, like, on a scale of 1 to 10?
Maybe like a 9.
That's really high.
I like kissed people while drunk again. It was bad.
So when I first heard this, I was like, oh geez, that's not good. Josh is right about to move in with her. I wonder how he's going to handle this news. But it turns out Josh is already fully aware this is happening. He's just trying to be patient and understanding with her. He's hoping that eventually she'll just stop making out with other people as long as he puts up with it for long enough. This is
Joshua. So Josh is a cook. Okay.
one of the saddest things I've ever seen in my life, and this guy just looks sadder every time they cut back to him. Katie tries to explain that the reason she has a tough time not cheating on Josh is because of her OCD, which I don't think it works like that. And then she also goes on to say once she starts drinking, she finds it difficult not to make out with people, which in that case, why are you engaged? Why not just be single? Even if this is because of her OCD, that doesn't mean she doesn't understand what she's doing is wrong. Like, maybe she shouldn't be in a relationship.
Did you tell Josh about this?
I apologized 20 million times. He was like, this is not good. Why did you do that? When I get drunk, I really want to make out with everyone I know.
So Josh, of course, would prefer if she didn't do this, but he's also like, you know, she'll get there someday when it's her time. I think if I show her that I'm capable of staying with her after she cheats on me 50 times, she'll stop cheating on me 50 times. Katie is worried though that even Josh has a breaking point, and someday he will get fed up with all of the cheating. We've been introduced to relationships before where cheating was already occurring, but not where it was directly out on the table like this and they were both aware it was happening. Normally that would be an open relationship, but in this case, this guy just keeps asking her to stop and she's like, nah, maybe someday. Katie also said that marriage never even occurred to her until Josh proposed, so I think he might just be a lot more invested in the relationship than she is. But anyway, before we get any further, we're just gonna have...
Oh, what? What? But what is going on? I'm plugged in, bruh.
Have a quick word from today's sponsor, Hungry Root. I'm sure by now you may be aware I've been using Hungry Root for a long time, and that's not something I would be doing if I didn't cover little.
What's happening with the Wi-Fi, bruh?
Or dare this to won't be charged. If you're interested in plus a friend, use code.com.
Out with people, but I feel like every time I drink, my brain has another plan for me. So,
all right, if that's the case, then maybe you shouldn't drink, right? That's the solution. What am I missing? She already stated multiple times that it's difficult for her not to make out with people when she goes out and drinks, so she could just not go out and drink. Josh doesn't seem to be much of a partier, and I think he just wants to get married and settle down, but I don't know if she's ready for that part of her life yet, which is completely fine, but then don't get engaged. At the same time, if this guy's gonna tolerate being cheated on...
Yeah, it's probably like, this is like, I don't know, the prettiest woman that he's ever got, and it's like, oh my gosh, no, I can't let it go.
Over and over and over again, then I guess that's what he wants and that's what he's gonna get. She made out with 2 of his friends the night that he met her. I don't know if that's the best sign for the future of their relationship. And to be fair, she's not even really lying about it or keeping it from him. She's just like, yeah, I mean, I'll work on it, but I'm probably gonna be making out with like everybody. Well, everyone but you, Josh. Maybe Josh could hang out with this guy and they could both reminisce about the time they almost made out with their wives.
Josh is flying to America tomorrow, and I promised I would handle the whole getting an apartment for us. I said, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it, babe.
So she told Josh that she would have an apartment ready by the time he got here, but all of her stuff is currently in a storage unit and she never got an apartment. She did, however, sign a lease for a place that she hasn't even seen yet, which is never a bad idea. You should always do that. Katie seems to have this very carefree attitude about everything, whereas...
Bro, I would be fucking pissed, bro. If you're telling me, no, yeah, no problem, I'll sort it by the time you get here. There'll be a place for us. And I get here and all you've done is move your shit into a storage unit. I'm flying across the world, mind you.
Josh seems a lot more structured.
This
it's
will
like
stress
he doesn't
me out.
mind if she makes out with other people as long as it's on his time, as long as it's structured. She said that he can't handle when things aren't structured even for one night, so to make him feel better, she surprised him by telling him they don't have a place to live.
And now as soon as he gets off the plane, I need to tell him that we're homeless. Josh is a really understanding guy, but even the most understanding person would lose their over that.
So Katie spends most of the first episode talking about how she's a free spirit and how open she is about her sexuality, and then as soon as we meet Josh, he's like, I've never been a big fan of PDA. And it's like, are we serious here? We're really doing this? Did these two make it their goal to just find people who they are completely incompatible with and then just force themselves to be together? All she has done so far is talk about making out in PDA, and the first thing this guy says is he doesn't like PDA and he's uncomfortable with it.
I've never
And also, I don't want to be homeless.
been super hot on PDA. I just feel self-conscious.
Do you want to make out for 4 minutes now?
I actually...
Oh god, this might honestly be the worst couple I've ever seen. Like, what the hell? She
Awkward.
talks about how she's like the most affectionate person in the world, and then when it came time to choosing a husband, she essentially chose Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. I'm wondering if maybe she just wanted to break this guy out of his little shell, you know, like she wanted to find somebody who was the complete opposite of her.
Yeah, she needed a project to work on.
And destroy his shell. Maybe this is a good match though. Maybe he just doesn't even care if she makes out with other people because then he doesn't have to do it as much. When she goes to the bar at night, he can just hang out in the storage unit reading a book. So Katie tells him that they don't have an apartment yet and they'll be in a hotel for a few days, but he actually doesn't mind this at all. In general, this guy seems extremely easygoing and forgiving, so she definitely found the right person.
Yeah, he's a cook, bro.
If she wants to be forgiven over and over again. So this next part coming up is pretty weird. She's eating Cheetos while driving, which honestly is pretty disturbing. But then for some reason he comments about how the Cheetos don't smell good, and then they get into this like weird Cheeto argument or something. A Cheeto argument was not on my 90-day bingo card for this season.
Oh, those Cheetos do not smell lovely.
Okay, well, don't be. You smell bad.
Huh.
I do. I definitely
Your
smell
mouth
bad.
smells bad, actually.
My mouth smells bad.
So Josh just arrived here and they're already having this weird little passive-aggressive Cheeto argument. I think it's pretty clear that this did not come out of nowhere and there's certainly some tension between them. I mean, she told him his mouth smells bad. I don't know if there's much coming back from that. I'm not gonna lie though, I'm kind of cringing a little bit seeing her use the steering wheel with Cheeto fingers. Driving a car while eating Cheetos is one hell of a statement, I'll give her that. It's almost like a power move or something. It's like she's eating these Cheetos in front of him to establish dominance. Look how happy he looks sitting there with his lollipop though. So they get to the hotel and she tells him that she's stressed because sometimes he makes her feel like she's not wanted. I think that's where a lot of her insecurities come from, so if someone does not match her level of affection, she thinks there may be something wrong.
I was just stressed because I feel like we've had problems with me feeling wanted, and I was worried when you came here you wouldn't want to have sex and that would just like set the mood wrong, and then we'd just be awkward and then our chemistry would be dead.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Cheetos.
So honestly, Josh does a terrible job at making her feel better. He says a lot of things without ever actually making a point. He's probably the worst person you could be.
This just doesn't look like a guy that you can have fun with at all. Like, he looks like a square, bro. A boring person.
With if you have a lot of insecurities, because when she says she doesn't feel wanted by him, he's just kind of like, yeah, you know, I mean, I could probably want you more. Is that what you're saying? You want me to want you more? It sounds like you're struggling with something. Perhaps if I gave you a kiss on the forehead, would it go away? Would that help? This kiss upon your forehead symbolizes my love and affection to your forehead. Is that romantic?
The main thing is getting rid of all like the stressy kind of work, kind of bull. You know, wait until like we're settling down.
What?
And really focus on us.
What the hell is this guy talking about? She said that she feels insecure. What? That might have been the worst advice I've ever heard. She said she's feeling insecure and he's like, well, we'll get rid of that bullshit when we move in together. I think these two might actually be incapable of communicating with each other. She puts a ton of importance on physical affection, not only in a way that he doesn't, but in a way that he doesn't even understand. This is probably what...
like, he doesn't... He just don't know. He's never crossed into that world.
Causes her to feel...
He's probably a virgin. He's probably...
feel insecure and then go out and make out with other people, which of course is never an excuse. Like, she should not be doing that. But I think she would need to find somebody who is closer to her level so that she doesn't feel insecure.
Should we both make commitments? And maybe one commitment you can make is to not keep kissing other people.
Oh man, that is brutal. That's probably the saddest
Please.
way he could have asked that. He's not even really standing up for himself. He's just kind of shyly asking if she'll stop doing that, as if it's part of some compromise. He's asking her to stop making out with other people, and he's agreeing he'll be more interested in her. Like, that's the deal. This is only the second episode, so I have a feeling we're going to be in for a long season here. But unfortunately, I have to end the video here. This is going to be kind of a test run.
All right, well, hopefully he covers them again. We'll see if there's any developments. When was this out? 8 days ago. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. But with that being said, man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you think down below. 2 videos dropping every single day. So pull up some America and check me out. Peace, love, and prosperity. I'm gone.